Welcome to the Nigel MacLean podcast. Speaking nothing but raw truth. So listen.
Real close. Pay attention.
Oh, what are we doing here, son?
Well, I'm glad to hear that your previous guest was a success. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's good.
Very nice.
I felt the connection when I was coming in, and I briefly talked to the guy, and he seems like a very nice guy.
Yeah,
so,
he's a nice dude.
yeah.
You know that kind of spiritual awakening that we got going on, where we can go back and go back and go back, and we have like a fresh eye.
Yeah.
The way he described it in the podcast is that he visited someone and he had some spiritual practice go on, and I don't know. I don't think there was any substance use. I think maybe there's some breathing going on or something like that. But he actually broke from his predetermined patterns and beliefs and stuff, and he had an open, fresh eye.
That's good.
So which is good.
It sounds very attractive.
But yeah, no, it was decent. Like out of all the politician type people, he's the most. This is the only reason why I reached out to him, is because he's like one of the most pleasant people in that realm.
It's good to be around people like that.
Yeah,
we know this.
It seems like he doesn't have. It just seems like if he did get a lot of money and power, he probably wouldn't abuse it. That's just the way it seems.
Yeah, it would be nice to.
I think that's why Max, the guy who's like ahead of PPC, I think that's why he started it in the first place, because he wanted to get away from all that totalitarianism stuff. He wants people to be free and have a good time.
Well, this is a two-party country, just like the United States. Yeah. I mean, liberal Democrats are.
We went into it pretty good, but we're gonna do another one, getting into it more. But yeah. But anyway,
we need to end that monopoly. You know, the liberal and the conservative type of.
That's what I was saying to him. I'm like, you guys need to get in and then slowly start changing it from the inside.
You got to make changes once you're in.
Once you get a good hold, and you're like, guess what? Yeah. I'm the boss now, bitch. Then you can start changing shit.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. Well, that's the intention, and I wish him luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you want to talk about inflation?
Yeah, I like to talk about that, and by all means, I'm not an economist, even though my background, I have a strong financial background, but I'm not an economist, and I don't know anything about geopolitics. So, but it's good to touch on things. And you know what, Nigel, I was reflecting the other night, and you and I talked briefly. And I think we need to find solutions to problems.
Yeah,
we need to focus on that because
that's what me and Nick were talking about.
Yeah, we need to find solutions because we don't want to be gloom and doom all the time, and we don't want to speculate too much. We can address,
because we can only do so much right now.
Right,
we need to advance and
we can point out things that are wrong.
Yeah,
we can point out bad business practice, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what we're experiencing, this bad business practice today.
So, remember I was asking you when we were talking about this, what right now is the main cause of inflation issues? I think it boils down to small businesses being shut down and stuff like that. And then you can let the big corporations stay open, which they hoard all the money and it doesn't get recycled back into society. It just goes to the conglomerate or the big head, right? Where it should be being dispersed amongst the little businesses, and maybe because that's the problem, right?
It's not a fair game.
Let's
put it out. It's not a fair game.
Yeah, it seems gross, the fact that all these small places got to shut down, where there's less people, less transmission, okay? But then 300, 400, 500 people can be crammed into Walmart?
Right.
That seems like a cesspool.
It is.
So, that's suspicious.
I'm going to tell you something right now. If you and I point this out, some people
we're talking about cooties.
Some people accuse us of being paranoid.
You know what's funny? We're not fascists at all.
They think that we're paranoid. They think that we are conspiracy theorists, that we just pointing out, just simply because we're pointing this out, there is no debate. So it seems to me that even though this country is called, we live under a democratic government, which I'm going to get into that in a moment. But, is this democracy? Are we having a debate, or are we implementing things without consulting us, the people?
Well,
and that's I have a little bit of an issue with that.
Since most people listening to this are in their 20s and early 30s, A lot of them don't know what a democracy
Okay,
is.
so I'm gonna read this, okay, because I don't want to make a mistake, and I don't want to be speculating on this subject. Again, disclaimer: I am not an economist. I don't know anything about enough about geopolitics. I'm not a politician, but I'm a citizen, and I'm a person just like everybody else. My allegiance will always be with the people. Okay. I will always be with the people. I'm for the people. I'm with the people. So, democracy. And I'm just gonna read this because this is Googleable information. Everybody's more than welcome to check and not only read what democracy is, the essential meaning of democracy, but they can just pay attention to the wording and understand what democracy is all about. Okay. Number one, what is the so essential meaning of democracy? Number one, a form of government in which people choose leaders by voting. We choose the leaders by voting.
Yeah, not the leaders choose what the people do.
That's right.
Right. That's where it gets mixed up. When you hand over the power to people who mask themselves as good people, good potential players, but they don't have a background check, they don't do spiritual wealth or anything like that. They just put on a face and it looks good, and then when they get in, they take off their mask and it's this evil monster underneath.
That's right.
And you've been tricked, motherfucker. And then they don't allow you to vote them out. You got to wait until they go through their term. And that's what we need to change.
That's right. So number two, in a democracy, every citizen should have the right to vote, okay? Every citizen. I'm a citizen. Nigel's a citizen. We're all citizens, okay? Number three, an organization or situation in which everyone is treated equally and has equal rights. Okay?
We're supposed to be a massive commune, basically.
Yes.
But we lost our community. We lost being a community and we lost being a commune.
That's right. So you got to pay attention to what democracy is all about. And remember, we elect these government officials. So we elect you so that you can represent us, so that you can work for us. Okay? We didn't elect you for you to bail out corporations. And I'm sorry to say this. I'm not trying to be hateful towards any corporations or organization.
No shit talking or nothing.
No shit talking. I'm just saying.
We're being legit humans.
That's right. I'm just saying. As a citizen, I elect a government official. I expect this government official to when
they don't pay their dues and they don't live up to their expectations, it's time to boot you out, motherfucker.
That's
I think
right.
there should be a rule in place where if they're not meeting the criteria, they're not doing their duties, and they start doing weird shit,
That's
they
right.
should be booted the fuck out.
So that's why the frustration comes. Okay,
Yeah.
It's not because I am a gloom and doom.
Just the
and
fact that it's allowed to keep happening, it's frustrating.
Listen, pointing out bad business practice doesn't make you a conspiracy theorist. That's it. You're pointing out bad business practice. And there's a lot of that going on. Okay? Don't tell me that you can shut down mom and pop shop. Okay?
It's terrible.
My people's shop. Okay? You can go to the north end, the south end, and shut down a business, but you can keep Walmart and Costco open.
Sorry, but that's just straight up making it so the big dogs keep the money. That's not right.
It's frustrating and it hurts. My allegiance is always for the people. I always say that. It doesn't matter how they take it, how whoever takes it. I am the son of a man and a woman, okay? And these people work hard. These people are hard workers. So therefore, my allegiance is for the people, always. The algorithm has to get it straight. I'm for the people. Anyway, so even though I'm not an economist and we are not an economist, we want to talk about inflation, okay? And let me know if I am getting too excited. It's just that it is a little bit frustrating what we're going through right now. Did you know that inflation, steady inflation is normally 2% every year after year?
Yeah.
It's 2%, okay? Right now, just Google it. Look at the mainstream media. They're telling you the last year, inflation rose to 4.3%. It's probably more than that, but you can look it up. Okay. So I want to talk about inflation a little bit. It's just the basics. Again, I'm not an economist, but here's the things I wrote down. This is not my own thoughts. This is information that you gather from over the years, and it's Googleable. Okay. What is inflation? The prices of things keeps rising. That's what it is. Inflation is the prices of product, cereal, rice, beans, whatever it is, rises. Okay, and you still have the same salary. So inflation rate is about 2% per year.
They're supposed to be raising it up for certain people $3 or something like that. Did you hear about that?
No, tell me about it.
It's essential workers. Like my mother works in a care home. Well, it's certain particular people, and then they're only bringing up minimum wage by like 70 cents or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but I know essential workers are going to buy $3. And then I don't know, but it's a mess.
But that's not going to help.
It's not going to help anything.
It's not going to help anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
No, it's not going to help. And these people that are hard workers,
you know what would help if they kept the small stores open and kept the money in circulation. But when you hoard all the money through these big streams, like all the big corps, where's that money going to go?
And here's what makes inflation happen. Okay, there are three basic reasons. As per why inflation happens, okay? Number one, cost push inflation. It's called cost push inflation. You can Google that, cost-push inflation. When the cost of business rise and gets passed on, so when the cost of business rises and it gets passed to customers. For example, raw materials like oil or lumber prices rises, and workers may demand higher wages. So it's called cost push inflation. Okay, that's number one. Do you got something to say about that?
No, just keep talking.
Yeah. Number two, demand inflation. It happens when It happens when an increasing number of people want something that supply can't keep up. For example, people getting richer and have money to spend. Government can cause inflation by lowering taxes. Everyone loves tax break because it raises disposable income. But at the same time, in the longer term, rising demand can cause rising prices. Okay, and that's just the basis. Okay, you can research that information and Google it. I just wrote it down here because I didn't wanna speculate about this because this is important. I'm not an economist. So low interest rates. We all love low interest rates. Okay. We might be tempted to take out a loan to purchase a car, but the car company, when they see so much disposable income and the financial institutions giving you loans so easy, to stimulate the economy, what do in the law? They rise the prices, so that can cause inflation, right?
Just keep on talking to these people, all right?
Yeah. Okay.
I got to connect to the internet.
Sounds good.
Keep doing your thing.
Sounds good. So number three, governments printing money, which a lot of people question this practice. Okay, governments printing money. And I'm gonna tell you the basics of that logic. Okay, there is a logic in behind this idea. They try to stimulate the economy to create more jobs. So what they do is they print more money. So what they do is increase the number of notes in circulation. So the paper money or whatever, the notes, however you call it, or they increase government debt by letting banks make bigger loans on the same security. The value of these notes decreases since the notes or monies are chasing the same number of things to buy. There's more money, but it doesn't buy you more. It's just pushes up prices. It's the same principle. So there's more money to spend, but it doesn't buy you more because the prices rise up. Okay? So taking into consideration, so a lot of people like to take into consideration a window of opportunity, as they call it. Window of opportunities is created, and a lot of people, due to the time it takes for the value of money to fall, while the goods are still in the same price. So if there's a lot of money available, a lot of people take advantage of that window of opportunity and start buying a lot more stuff. Eventually, then that's going to lead to inflation, okay? They try to take advantage of these Goldilocks zone, as they call it, before inflation hits, by hiring workers and producing more goods. A lot of people question that government printing money. That is it is, in some cases, it is bad practice, because you're not using anything to back the printing of this money. Where is the goal to back it up or whatever? So people need to be very careful. And I think, I like to propose to the regular people just like you and me to start getting ready. Emergency preparedness is very important. I know that a lot of people don't like to talk about prepping. I am a prepper myself, and Nigel's a prepper.
What were you saying about? You said something about the gold or whatever. People gotta understand that. I didn't look this up because I was having internet connection issues with Nicholas. Like, we didn't even open the screen. We're gonna do it next time. But so I'm pretty sure Trudeau. I've heard this. I've seen a few articles, and it was hearsay. But supposedly he sold all the fucking gold. You hear about that? He sold all the gold to China or something like that. Something crazy. So the only thing that we have now is just straight up print. It's like what Nixon did back in the day with the states, where they signed the paper and it was like, we don't need to base it off gold anymore because, they can't accumulate all the gold, and it gets so out of proportion, they can't get enough gold to match the notes. So they're like, all right, we got to he had a name for it. There's a particular name for that type of system where you don't base it off gold anymore. It's just, I print however much I need. And then it eventually crashes because it's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
Like, we can use money, right? I think eventually, if we're going to get anywhere good, it might not be for a while, but a cashless society is a smart society. Right. But that comes with better technology and more intelligent people. But for now...
And responsibility.
But for now, there's definitely a proper way to use money, in a good way where we all can be benefited and nobody's left hungry.
And that's my point.
For all the ones who want to try, because there's a lot of people out there that don't want to do shit.
Well, some people are so heavily indoctrinated in this money lingo that they just want to take advantage of the others. It's the same mentality that Hernan Cortez had. By taking from other civilizations or other people, you are successful. Mm-hmm. That is the model that is being pushed in our eyes. Okay, it's being forced to us to believe that you can be successful by taking things from others, and that's not a good business practice.
That reminds me of mongrels. Like, you want to know something crazy? I know it's way out of look. If the Chinese can build the Great Wall of China, then we can do literally fucking anything.
Oh, yeah.
You got to know something. A lot of people don't know this. But the visible one, where they can go from where they see one side to another, do you know how long that thing is?
Well,
dude, it's 13,000 miles long.
Miles, not kilometers.
13,000 miles.
Right.
Put this in perspective. From the edge of New Brunswick, like Nova Scotia, over to Vancouver is about 7,000 kilometers. Or no, miles. Yeah, miles. It's like 7,000. I think it is. It's like 7,000 miles. So basically, from here to Vancouver,
coast to coast,
and back.
Yes.
And a little more back again. Stretch that into a long. That's how long that thing is. And that's not including the Old Kingdom. There's still another 3,000 feet. Or 3,000 miles where it's almost completely dust. It's so old. But seriously, if you can do that over the course of a few hundred years, there's no reason why you can't do other great things. Like, that's a crazy achievement.
A lot of people,
just to keep out the fucking mongrels.
A lot of people argue, Nigel, when we get together And a lot of people say, well, they didn't get together by voluntarily. They were forced because they had an emperor, blah, blah, blah. But when we get together, we accomplish great things. We can do great things.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Okay.
look,
So-
man, the reason, like, here's the thing. Whatever we're doing right now, as long as, like, I mean, it's got to go from one thing to another, and we're basically going to rely on all the younger generation. It's up to you guys, in your hands now. All these old fucks, it's time for them to go.
That's right.
The new cats are in town.
I just wanna talk briefly about emergency preparedness.
Yeah. So,
And-
like, we touched on a little bit of inflammation. We don't have
Yeah.
too much time today. This is just a short one.
Yeah, because I mean, again, we're not economists.
When
we don't have a big title, you know. And I'm not saying big title. I'm just saying like we're not an economist. That's not what we specialize in. But the point is that right now, guys, right now, us the people, we need to be prepared. And I don't want to sound like a gloom and doom conspiracy theorist type of person.
Yeah.
What I mean by being prepared is just picture this. You saw what happened to that volcano, that Tonga volcano.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A lot of people don't have food right now. A lot of people don't have clean water right now.
Yeah, all it is a bunch of salt water.
All it
But here's the
takes-
thing: there are these little things that you can get. It's like a carbon filter thing. Like it's not even that expensive. I've seen them; they're amazing. I've seen them on TED. You can take fucking ocean water and pump it for like 30 seconds or a minute, and boom, you get drinkable water.
Right. So here,
Or no, wait, these things you have to collect a little. They give you these little solar panels, and they collect because there's sun there all the time.
There is
you need energy. There's a little electronic mechanism that happens there,
there
and
has
it
to be-
lasts a very long time.
there has to be a process, like a chemical process,
and it
in order
requires
to-
electricity, but it's all done by the sun.
Yes.
So like all those guys, it should have been mandatory for all of them to have one of those, so they could at least, you know, because you can go weeks without food as long as you got water. And
That's right. So what I propose to the people is, and this is what I started doing. I'm gonna.
it's crazy. They need help right now, and the communications are lost. And it's like the military's everywhere around there. Can't they just go there and help them? But
Here's-
they're not going to. They're going to starve to death. People don't even understand. That's why, like,
Well,
fuck,
the
man.
mainstream media, like to say, "Oh yeah, they just deploy so many people."
They need
you know.
help now.
But I'm gonna tell you something, Nigel. Right now, I'm gonna propose something, okay? And it's not looking at it from a fear point of view. The way I started was, I say, you know what? What will happen in a scenario where I don't have clean water to drink and the grid goes off for whatever reason?
Let's
The
say
grid-
we're out of electricity for 14 days and the trucks stop coming. You
Yes.
got 14 days. So you got no clean water. Where are you going to get your clean
What
water?
are you gonna do?
You know, do you have filters? Like, no one's thinking about that because they're so used to the momentum of society. But
Well,
it's
I
like,
mean, they're so used to that comfort. It's so comfortable. Oh, and you have to understand
and
something.
this is built on the model of selfishness. Like, everybody's all for himself. This is why we need to get like-minded people together so they can take care of one another in a situation like that. We live our private lives, but you know what I'm trying to say?
Right now,
we need to be ready, motherfuckers.
My tactics, my strategy right now is I have 6 months for people, for us,
and that's enough time to be like, do I gotta move? Do I,
Right.
6 months is decent.
I have 6 months right now, worth of, and I'm not saving like.
And
gourmet.
he's not even crazy hardcore.
It's not like gourmet foods and whatever. The basics.
Survival.
I got survivor.
Yeah.
I will be in survival mode, right?
Yeah.
Until I'm able to grow my own stuff.
Maybe a can of tuna a day. I mean, making it through the winter around here is crazy.
I started with the basics. I started with water. That's the main thing.
And also
I started.
too, a lot of people don't know is when you're cooking your meat and your bacon and all that, you should be saving all your fat. Put that shit in a container because you're gonna need that shit.
I do that.
Yeah, you need
I
it
do
for
that.
cooking. Like fat, you can keep fat for months.
Yes,
You just gotta keep
I got
it.
coconut oil too. The coconut oil.
Like I save all my bacon fat and I
Yes.
use that for like weeks. Like I'll just put it back on the pan.
Yeah.
And like it keeps the fat on your body. It keeps
Right.
you,
You can
gives
recycle
you-
a lot
it
of
gives you-
stuff.
yeah.
You can reuse a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man.
But I started with the basics: the water, the rice, and the beans.
Yeah.
That's the basics.
I
And,
noticed that you
I-
had like standard Brita filters.
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
there are
I-
these things. I'm going to be ordering soon. I'll get you one. But
Okay.
It's carbon based. There's one with a pump. There's one where you have a little whatever. But
Nice.
also, which is good, they have brand new, like it's like brand new battery technology. They're not too much money. You charge them. You can charge them with a solar panel or your wall, and it gives you some of them days. Where if it's just basic use like cell phones and toasters and fans, stuff like that, it lasts days. These new battery packs are amazing.
Really?
They're good to have too. Yeah.
So
you
are
you
they
charge them in your wall.
rechargeable?
Yeah. You charge them in your wall and you can plug them up the
It's
solar
a
panels.
lithium battery or
Yeah, like some crazy new technology where it's like layers and layers, and it's really good. And you
Okay.
can buy bigger models of them. The more expensive, the bigger you get, right? But you can literally, like I was telling you, you can have a bike set up
Mm-hmm.
where you on a workout bike, and you could charge it that way too if you set it up properly.
Right.
Like there's ways to get your electricity.
there is a lot of ways.
Especially in Canada, it sucks because you don't have sun all the time.
But I will propose to start the simple way, and the reason why I want to do that is because, guys, we live in the north. We live in the north, and we live in a very, very remote area. When you have the trucks not coming back with food, and by the way, I was talking to Nigel the other day. I was in this grocery store. I'm not gonna say the name. I was in this grocery. Happened last night, right, Nigel? I was in this grocery store, and I see these 8 kilograms bags of rice, and it went from $18.99 to $10. And I called Nigel right away and said, Nigel, you need to get your buy here.
Was that Sobeys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were gone.
They were
I
gone.
didn't get one. Yeah,
They're the yellow bags.
Yeah, they're gone. They're all gone. It was a $10 one, right?
$10
yeah,
one.
Yeah, it was gone.
I should have grabbed one for you.
It's okay.
You know why I got two? I bought two, so I got one at home.
Well, these are ones at Walmart. I think it's 10 pounds, and it goes on sale for like $7. They're from
Okay.
India.
Well, this one here is
Basmati is my favorite.
yeah, basmati is good, but this one was jasmine, and I'm gonna
Jasmine's
tell you,
good too, man.
I'm
It's
gonna
got
tell you,
lots of starch.
It has a lot of starch, and it's heavy,
Which is good.
So for emergency preparedness, it's perfect because you have a lot of starch.
When you wash the starch on heavy starchy stuff like that, you can use a little bit of water and save that starch.
Yes.
And you can use it for stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can. A lot of people, a lot of cultures. My grandmother used to add a little,
You
little
can-
bit of cinnamon and sugar, like a tiny little bit of sugar and cinnamon.
Yeah.
And she used to give it to us when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like if you, like I was saying, like if you use a little bit of water and get all that starch and collect it in a thick white like water type thing, and you could use that to make. You can use it for lots of things. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna name it all off, but there's
Yeah.
all these things that you can do to salvage every little last thing that you have.
Right.
And what's crazy is not a lot of people have chickens around here, and it's like
No,
I don't think you're allowed to in the city, and that's like another like government control
Well,
thing.
I have. I build. I haven't shown you what I built in the back of my house. I built this rabbit pen, like a rabbit house, and it has.
Are you gonna live off rabbits?
It has. Well, I don't eat them. I just I had two of
They're
them.
good to keep everything.
I
Like if
have
you,
two of them, but my goal is to have.
do you compost?
I do.
That's good.
I have chicken. I want. I'm planning to have chickens.
I want chickens. You know, even somebody like Joe Rogan, he's had chickens. I think
Yeah.
he still does now.
I had
It's
dogs.
Awesome.
I had dogs.
'Cause
I
here's
can
the
show
thing.
you my dogs.
Okay, do ya?
Duck.
Oh, duck. Okay.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing, man.
if I can
If
find
you
it.
have chickens and all that, you know, if it gets overpopulated, then you can eat them. You know,
Yeah.
if you need to take one or two out, they're getting too overpopulated. But here's the thing: when they're eating worms and bugs and everything around, and you're feeding them all these nice, non-genetically modified stuff, their eggs taste wonderful, and the energy's amazing. You don't feel shitty afterwards, like some of these industry eggs.
Yes, it's a different taste.
And a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Like, there's those people out there like, oh my God, you're killing a chicken. But it's not fertilized. It was never going to become a chick.
I'm having internet problems. I'll show you after. Okay.
They have eggs all the time. I'll connect you if you want.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'll show you after. It was only two ducks.
We only have like 10 minutes left anyways, don't
Yeah,
we?
yeah, no. So quickly, I just want to propose to people to start. Just get prepared. Just be conscious.
Yeah.
If something were to happen, do you have food stored? Do you have water?
There's an old
stored?
saying. You would rather have it than not need it than need it and not have it.
Exactly.
Straight up. It's
That's
an
the
awesome
way I
saying.
look at it.
Yeah.
I was at Home Depot the other day, and I looked at this bin, It's like 150 gallons, 100, it's 150, 170, I can't remember. And I saw it, and I'm like, hey, if something happens to the water pump or the electricity, and the water pump cannot send the water,
You got to pump it by hand.
How am I gonna bathe? How am I gonna have a shower?
Yeah.
Because cleanliness is very important. You need to keep yourself clean.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yes, you can save wipes and things like that, but water is very important. I have a huge tank of water.
Well, you know what you can do? Even in your shower, you can take an 18-liter and have it set up and just have
Yeah.
a little bit of water pour out. And an 18-liter can actually do like 2 or 3 people.
Oh yeah.
You just got to do
yeah.
it quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
just soap up and then make sure you rinse off all the soap.
Yeah.
And you're good. It's got to be like a 2-minute shower.
You
but
don't. You
it's
don't.
possible.
You don't have to be like.
And you
go
can melt snow
2 hours.
and use snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do all that. But I think from my point of view,
Like a shit hits the fan.
if something happens, and it doesn't have to be like at the end of the world or anything
No.
like that.
Just
If
like the truckers, like they stopped for 2 weeks and we
Have you
barely
ever-
have any food.
Have you ever thought about that? What will happen if the trucks
Oh,
do not
yeah.
come to New Brunswick?
Like, you imagine living in like Manhattan.
what can we grow here?
Imagine Manhattan.
Oh, that's a nightmare. I wouldn't want to be
See,
there.
when you,
I lived in New York before, you know
yeah,
that.
Yeah, So here's the thing: if you're in a city like that, you know where the big garden places or the big, that should all be like grown food,
It's super.
and all those buildings should be collecting solar power. Like half of the windows should be sacrificed for, instead of windows, solar power.
Yes.
And it would
Yes.
get, the sun would get every angle at any side, and it could all be an interconnected grid.
Yeah.
Have wind things on top of them and on the sides of them. You know, like shit. The way
You know what? We're gonna concentrate. Nigel and I, we were talking. We're gonna focus on solutions.
Yeah, we need solutions,
So
man.
we're gonna start doing different things in a different way.
As a society too, like people who's involved in what we're talking about, and we need to act like a beehive.
And you know what? Fear is a disease. Okay.
Yeah, fuck
and,
fear.
And what I was showing you
You know
earlier.
what? Look, no matter what, we're all gonna die. Okay. We don't want an unpleasant death, but either way, you're gonna die. Okay. So
Right.
here's the thing. All this, I mean, it doesn't matter if you think about it, but it does. While you're here, it does. But it's like, you're going to die anyways, so enjoy it while you're here. But, like, don't worry about it. This is just a dream. I'm sure you'll continue another dream after you leave this life.
However,
Like, shit, son.
I'm gonna tell you
Make
something.
this a good fucking dream, though, is what
I'm
I'm
gonna tell you
saying.
something right now, though, and this is gonna a lot of
I sound like Alan Watts.
a lot of corporate setup is not gonna they're not gonna like this. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna steal a phrase from Bob Marley. If my life is not beneficial to the people, I don't want my life.
Ching.
Straight up. If I cannot be a benefit to the people, just like a police officer goes out there to protect the people, just like the fireman goes out there to put out the fire to protect people, if my life is not beneficial to people, get this clear. I'm for the people. If it's not beneficial to the people, I don't want my life. And I don't have fear. So anybody can come and have their inputs and whatever algorithm telling me that I'm a conspiracy theorist, that I'm this and I'm that. I'm pointing out bad business practice, whether you're a government or your corporation. If you're doing bad business and it doesn't benefit the people, we're going to call it out, period.
Yeah. And you know
Period.
what? Yeah. Shit's going to start changing around here, son.
That's right. We need to change this.
Yeah.
We need to change this. If we don't do it, and if we stay, what am I? Because Nigel, I don't think about Nigel. I don't think about myself. I don't think about you immediately. I think about the generations, the future
Yeah.
generations. I think generational thinking, not present thinking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
this is what we need to change, guys. We
Yeah.
need to change about. We need to change about our. I don't care about me, how I look. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just care about my future generations, the people. Okay, this is for the people. This is for us.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Straight up.
It's frustrating, but you know what? It's all good, man.
It's all
I'm
good.
happy. I get frustrated sometimes, but it's good to let it out. It's good to get excited. It's good to get emotional. This is what makes us human. And like I said before, it is, you know, if we don't do something, if we have the power of changing this setup, this abuse, if we don't do something, who's gonna do it? It's time to take responsibility, guys. It's time to be accountable.
Yeah.
It's time to be responsible. And I think you and I and the other people that come and visit, we have a responsibility. We need to serve the people. Whether you're a politician or not a politician, we need to serve the people. Okay?
That's why I'm here. That's why he's here. That's why something's got to change. I mean, sitting around not talking about nothing, that's not going to change anything.
We're gonna find solutions.
Yeah.
I'm excited about
Exactly.
it. Super excited.
Why the fuck do you think we're here sitting here talking?
And I'm gonna tell you something right now.
You think it's not? You think it's going to change from not sitting here talking? Someone's got to do something. I'm tired of sitting around.
That's
nothing
right.
happening.
That's
like,
right.
I can't sit around and watch this happen anymore.
No.
It's got to change, motherfucker.
It's time that we take things into our own hands. And I'm gonna tell you something right now.
I'm not waiting around for these bitch ass politician motherfuckers.
By the
Only
way,
maybe someone like Nicholas, but like shit, they're the only ones that's gonna make it happen.
Yeah, that's right. And by the way, guys, listen to this. This is a message for all of us. Guys, when you work for a company, when you work for a corporation, you work for them, but you're a contractor, guys. You're not a beggar. You're a contractor. You're providing your service to this corporation.
Like
without you, it's no one.
People
Sorry.
forget about boycott.
Bro, I'm telling
That's
you
the
something
word,
right
right?
now.
Boycott means everybody gathers up and they leave, and they all of a sudden they have the power.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Y'all walk out at the same time.
It has to be a fair game. Okay, it has to be a fair game. It cannot always be benefiting the shareholders. We are important too. Okay, we're the people that make these things happen.
You understand?
Within that organization, we're important. And I'm not saying to be like a rebel or whatever.
No.
There's a policy and there's policies and procedures in place that these corporations have for a reason. We respect it, but at the same time, don't forget who you are. You are a contractor, okay? I'm a contractor. We are contractors. If you decide to sign a document, read that document. It's a contract.
Exactly. And you know what? Like, I'm not going to sit around, and this is what I'm going to try and do. I got to try and get in everybody's head, especially these young guys, and let you know how much power you actually have.
You have a lot of power.
You got a lot of power. And, staying divided, not getting engaged with stuff, and literally doing nothing, that's what's going to make your life shit. You literally got to get up, and you got to start doing shit. You got to start doing something.
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Nigel and I talk about different issues, different things.
Stop hiding and being like, oh, I don't know.
Hide, don't be afraid. Man, don't be afraid.
Think about your kids and think about like the kids that could be.
Protect your family, protect the other workers.
You got to protect your assets. Our assets is the overall population and the future of it.
Yes, just like the corporation is protecting their assets, we as people, we need to protect our assets.
Yeah, we are the fucking assets.
We are the assets. So
we got to protect each other.
Get it straight. Do not fear. I'm not saying to going and form a revolution or sabotage their business.
There's a way to do this in a peaceful way.
They need to protect their business. We need to protect their business. We can, comply with their laws and the policies and procedures. But you are important. You are very important. You are a contractor. Without you, they can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that. We're gonna drop that subject. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but like,
I'm frustrated.
Yeah, I know. But
I'm this episode.
Empower me and I'll empower you.
Yeah, like we said in the first episode, it's all about a community. It's all about, like I say, if we're not servicing the people, then we're talking gibberish.
The people, community, commune.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue this. Do not fear. This is, call it a battle, call it a spiritual war, call it whatever you want it, but you can make that change. You have the power to make that change.
Things have got to change.
Let's get that power back to the people. And I sound like a communist.
I know.
I'm not a communist. I hate communism. I hate communism. I'm not a communist at all. I don't like their practice.
We need a brand new thing.
Marxism is just delusional. I hate it. It's slavery.
Nicholas was talking about that because that's literally what it is. They got Marxism mind states.
It's slavery. It's like, oh, we're gonna do this together, and I take all the money, and that's it.
People like Justin Trudeau and all them, they get to print whatever they want, they get to sit back, do whatever they want, so everybody else does everything, and they just lavishly, and they don't actually do anything beneficial for the people.
Man, let's put in some work here.
Yeah.
We need to put in some work.
Yeah.
I'm for the people of the North End, the people of the South End. I'm for the people of New Brunswick, the St. John people, the people that nobody sees when it's cold outside, and these people have no shelter, nothing to eat.
Yeah, man.
I'm for those people. I
it's
feel
ridiculous.
those people, Nigel.
Yeah.
I feel
No,
those
I know,
people.
me too, yeah.
And I get frustrated. I get very excited. And I'm sorry, I'm yelling.
And it's okay. A lot of these people too, like people say, like, well, not all those people want to try and da da da. But you know what, man?
They're the victim of the freaking system.
Yeah, we need to change the whole mindset.
Okay, we need to help these people. We need to educate them. We need to help.
Yeah, why are people still going hungry? Like, come on, get out of here with that.
While Mr. Corporate asshole there is making the profits. In last quarter, it was a $3 billion quarter.
I only made
Man,
$250 million this year. Jeez, I need to make more.
That's why I have a problem. It's not that I'm hating on corporations, because there are great corporations. Okay, there are great setups that benefit people. But man, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get that power back.
Yeah.
And you're a contractor. You don't have to beg anybody.
When are we? What we gotta do is we just gotta figure out a way to make everything better for everybody.
Yes.
We gotta make sure nobody's starving, nobody's going hungry.
Yes.
Right, and we gotta make sure the real criminals are actually in jail, like the real criminals.
Right.
And we gotta make sure that the good people stay out and keep the. Like if
today is a venting day. We're venting the frustration,
Yeah.
but we're gonna focus on solutions. Coming up, we're
letting you know. We're letting you know about like what could happen. Be prepared. All that. This is just a short one.
Yeah. We'll focus on solution on the next. By the way, quickly before you boot me out, and I don't want to talk about this right now, but some of your listeners are asking us to talk about different civilizations. Like the Sumerian. I like to talk about the Mahabharata. I read the poem and it's incredible.
And
I read
the Anunnaki and all that. We'll do one all about that.
The
aliens, all that shit.
We get our team foil hat on, and we'll talk about it.
It would be so funny. Like
we'll talk about it. Yeah, at some point. But we have to find solutions anyway. So
all right. Yeah, we should close it.
Let's cut it. It's okay.
It's easy. It's an easy short one.
Yes, sir. Power to the people.
Power to the people, motherfucker.
Always.
Are y'all ready or what?
We're ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
No fear. No fear.
No one understands what's possible. But we'll show them what's possible. It's got to start somewhere.
This is all about us, man. This is all about the people.
Yeah.
It's all about the people. That's it. That's it.
Peace out, motherfuckers.